Hi everyone, I'm Nii Borire. I'm a neurologist, a speaker, and a change agent. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope you've watched the previous ones, and I hope that you're getting value from your time watching these videos. Today I want to share with you something very personal to me, an encounter that I had when I was at the age of 6. I was sexually abused as a child, and it's never ever left my mind. Now, I'm not held bound by this experience, but I thought it's important to bring this to light because I think it may help somebody. I went to my neighbor's unit. We were living in an apartment block. I went to his house to play, and I think I slept off, only to wake up finding myself on a couch with their house help, almost like a domestic assistant. We were under the blanket, and I knew she was doing something to me that was not pleasant and that was inappropriate. And she also made me do things to her that were inappropriate. I knew that this was wrong, but I couldn't just say anything about it. I later stood up, went back to my own apartment where we were living at the time, and I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything to my mom, to my dad, to my siblings. And in fact, I never mentioned this account until a few years after I got married. I said it for the first time to my wife. But you know what? I still remember that day crystal clear. I still remember how it happened. I still remember those details. Even though I can't remember what the woman looks like now, and if I see her now, I wouldn't remember what she looks like, but I knew what she did to me. And it's forever sort of immersed and forever painted in my mind. But you see what? The most important thing that I realize is that even though this has been replayed in my mind over and over again, I've realized that the only way I could get over this was just having a positive approach and opening up about this. You see, many times a lot of us are held bound by past trauma without being able to move on because we've not allowed ourselves, we've not been vulnerable enough to open up. Until I really opened up and talked about this, I never felt the real deep sense of peace and freedom concerning this issue. I was making progress in other areas of my life, but I realized that this was just a dark part of my being, of my soul, that was never really touched or explored. And over the years, I've met a lot of people who have been victims of sexual violence, who have been victims of abuse, even from people close to them, from their relatives, some of them their brothers, their fathers, their uncles, or vice versa. But what I realize is that when you keep shut and you internalize this pain, it does you no good. It's very important to understand that the first step in recovering from whatever kind of trauma is to open up, be vulnerable, and find someone you can trust, whether your spouse or your mentor or somebody close to you, to open up and allow them to listen to you. Just listening to you and helping you walk through that is really important. I've realized that I cannot allow the past trauma hold me bound. I cannot allow my future be dictated or directed by my past. Of course, I've got to learn from that and move on. So why am I putting this story out there? I'm putting this story out there not to get sympathy from you. By God's grace, I'm doing quite well now, and I'm in a position where I can help people and encourage people to be better. But I'm saying this to you just in case you're there and you are a victim of violence, you're a victim of this kind of trauma. I'm hoping that you would rise up from that despair or from that depression, and you will take the bull by the horns. You will try your best to open up, you will form healthy relationships, and you will seek for healing. More importantly, a relationship with God will bring healing, and I hope that you will pursue that as well. So I hope my opening up to you about my own personal story has been a blessing to you. I'll leave you with these words, and that's very important, that your past does not and cannot invalidate your future. So don't let the past invalidate the future, but you can overcome the past by having a positive approach and by turning it around for good. I hope that this has been a blessing to you. Like my page on Facebook, follow me on Instagram so you can get notifications about future videos. I hope to see you very soon. Cheers.